In the world of NHRA Pro Modified Drag Racing, Charlotte has a very special place over the course of a season. Early in the year, the cars race 4 wide. It's calamitous, it's crazy, and it helps to set the stage for the cars that ultimately run for a championship in the category's Road to a Championship program. When NHRA arrives back at zMAX Dragway in the fall, everything has changed. There are now only 3 races left in the season for these cars, and this will be one that could decide the championship as we go down the stretch. Welcome, everybody, inside the broadcast booth. We are here at zMAX Dragway for the NHRA Congruity HR Pro Modified Series, presented by LearnEV Plus and powered by Culp Lumber this weekend. And we have a dandy of a drag race on our hands. 24 cars trying to qualify for 16 spots is one story, but the fact that we have so many championship contending level machines battling it out in a field that will be set in one of the quickest bump spots of the season, despite the fact that it's a very warm weekend. It'll be all out side by side, 250-mile-an-hour warfare, and a guy who comes in as a point leader and a guy who comes in as somebody everyone is chasing in this championship for the first time in his career is Ken Curtuccio. We caught up with him in the pits.
It was a milestone win for Ken Curtuccio at the U.S. Nationals, and you look at that one, what it meant to your career. What does that rank?
It's beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be honest with you, I never fully understood, and I've raced for 30 years, but I never fully understood how important NHRA was, how important the U.S. Nationals were, and how important being part of this was. And the last week, I probably talked to 500 people, and then it really struck home of how important that win was, especially for our group. And it gave me a whole new vigor to just keep at it, because I still have some stuff I want to do, and now I realize that.
It is always good to have those type of reminders in a career. As we look at our points here, Ken Curtuccio comes into this race and this road to the championship. #1 of the points, leading Kevin Rivenbark, Jose Gonzalez, Bannock, Abon, Thorne, Mike Stavrinos, Lasik, Wright, and Gray making up the top 10 with a couple of ties there. And we can see it actually goes all the way down to that number 18 spot because of the fact that there are still so many points yet to be earned. Even Nick Janik, who's all the way down there, 180 back, if everybody else gets lost showing up to one of the races and he wins, he can still win a championship. That line, that cut line, if you will certainly begin moving very quickly over the course of this race day. There he is, Ken Curtuccio, and here is the Bayonne Bahrain 1 sponsored Chevrolet Camaro of Jordan Lasik. Jordan, a guy who famously won his Pro Mod debut in St. Louis a year or so ago. Both cars backing their way up. As we look at our round 1 ladder, we can see there are a couple of non-road to the championship contenders in here, including Jason Scruggs, but the big story is the bottom right corner. And Mike Janis, after 4 years of being out of the driver's seat, is back in competition. Ricky Smith will take on Travis Harvey in round 1. A lot of great action is on slate here for Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of Pro Mod drag racing for so many years at places like Shuffletown and others back in the day. So Lasik, the door being shut here. Bayonne is a telecommunications company over there in Bahrain. And for Ken Curtuccio, it is Scott Tidwell Motorsports. Scott owns the car. See Brandon Stroud standing back there along with the rest of the crew. Right side for Curtuccio. They leave the starting line. Man alive. Lasik was out there, but Curtuccio left first. He's not going to have enough race car. The points leader is out in the first round. 575 beats a 580. And Curtuccio, after all that glory at the U.S. Nationals, is unfortunately thumped here in the first round. Even though he left first, the car simply didn't have the raw performance necessary. And Jordan Lasik comes in as a major league spoiler here on this race day. Dmitry Samorukov. Rolling up here, the Russian drag racing community RDRC logo on the blower hat. And Jason Scruggs, the Mississippi Missile. Left-hand side is Dad Mitchell, the crew chief on this car. Samorukov having his best year so far in a young pro modified career, but he is up. Oh, they're both loose. And Samorukov, who was apparently looked like he was going to head to the center line, did not have to do much pedaling. Goes 585. Meanwhile, Scruggs had to get on and off the throttle, and he threw in the towel, and Samorukov drove away. Man, watch this from the long end of the racetrack. Both cars moving around, and Scruggs had to lift first. And Samorukov, because of the nice track prep here, was able to keep his foot planted and still run 244 miles an hour. Normally, when a Pro Mod car like Dimitri's is this far out of the groove and gets up into what is effectively an untreated portion of the racetrack, bad things happen very quickly. But in this case, he was able to use his considerable driving talent to control the car and get it to the finish line. Ricky Smith, the Parkway Ford colors out of King, North Carolina, is taking on Travis Harvey. Harvey making his debut start in the world of NHRA Pro Modified Racing, but man, this guy is a legend indoor slammer drag racing, whether he's bracket racing, whether he's pro mod racing, grudge racing. The guy just won $100 grand on behalf of the Swanstrom family in Texas a couple weeks ago, and he's going to try to take it out on Smith, and he does. A 14 light for the Carolina kid. Travis Harvey goes 578, 246. Kind of a poetic moment there. Two real Carolina legends battling in this first round. Smith's car lost traction. That big 959-inch nitrous engine overpowering the racetrack. And for Travis Harvey, that is another feather in his cap, and he wants to get 3 more of those today. It did look like that car tried to shake the tires as he is filling in for Khalid Al Balooshi. We watch again. Harvey's car had the front end up for a good long time, and Smith's car breaking traction, shaking the tires, and it was all over once he saw Harvey was mean, clean, and lean to the finish line stripe. Jose Gonzalez now, the El General Racing, Q80 Motorsports, the Pro Charger equipped car to take on Stevie Fast Jackson. The Motion Raceworks sponsored Shadow 3.0. You can see the Art of Inco Racing name in the rear quarters. Normally, Jackson is serving as the crew chief for Sidney Frigo. Frigo's not racing this weekend, so he dragged the Shadow out. And look at this. Jackson's going to knock Jose Gonzalez out, and in the process, absolutely brutalize an engine. 597.2 at only 206. You thought that thing spit the bit late in the run. And for Jose Gonzalez, another title contender has been knocked out of the program by somebody who's not in it at all. You can see the windshield deflecting on Jackson's car. Throttle blades open. You can see a cylinder beginning to give up the ghost on one side, now the other. And the nose is going to dip as that thing is now just swallowing mouthfuls of its own oil, as it has absolutely melted a piston, and maybe worse than that. As Kevin Rivenbark, the Culp Lumber, 1971 Mustang Mach 1. We know that Rivenbark, 47 points behind Ken Curtuccio, could make big hay here. And this is Mike Janis, the Russian drag racing community sponsor machine. That is Dmitry Samorukov stepping up to the plate. This a pro modified car that was literally given to Mike Janis to race with no strings attached. And Mike Janis is going to try to stop Kevin Rivenbark. Look at this. Another championship contender knocked out by a guy who's not in the points at all. And for the first time in nearly half a decade, Mike Janis cards a round victory in NHRA Pro Modified Drag Racing. This guy has been a champion in the past, and he is back in the seat doing what he loves to do so much. Mike Janis moves on. And it should be noted, Janis has made a lot of test runs off to the side when they've been running the cars. So it's not like he's not been in a seat, but to do so on race day is a big deal. Billy Banica. That beautiful Hugger Orange S&B Trucking Chevrolet Camaro, the Alanabi Performance Camaro of Mike Castellana, defending world champion. With Mike Castellana taking 19 thousandths for himself on the starting line, he takes more than that at the stripe. 579 beats a 582. Banica is eliminated, and Castellana kind of doing what he did last year. He was lagging a little in the points, but over the last 3 races, he made up big ground quickly. Chip King, the DreamWorks Motorsports 1970 Dodge Charger, one of the neatest cars in the field, the Jerry Haas built chassis. And Justin Bond, the screw supercharged JBS equipment, Bahrain 1 Camaro, Toyota side. Bond comes off the starting line, and man, King's car made an immediate move to the center. It's over for him. Justin Bond advances. 43 light, 577, 246 miles an hour. Chip King with that tire shaking move to the right-hand side of the lane toward the center line, eliminated by the Bayon Bahrain 1 Camaro. We watch right-hand side of your screen. You can see those tires shaking. They cup up in the middle, jump off of the racetrack, and ultimately drive Chip King to a point where he knew the only thing that was coming was some damaged nerf and a jacked up body if he drove into the blocks. Chris Thorne, that crisp exhaust note of the methanol burning Pro Charged Hemi in his car, and Mason Wright, the winner in Epping, New Hampshire this year. ProFlow Plumbing Solutions Modern Racing Camaro with Elite Motorsports. Chris Thorne showing his championship pedigree as Wright drove through tire shake, but ultimately had to whack the throttle. Thorne goes a 584.5 at 242. Wright goes a 619 at 212 miles an hour. A valiant effort for Mason, and definitely showing his driving prowess. But for Chris Thorne, owning the tree and owning the stripe, and now owning more points. It will be Stevie Fast Jackson taking on Chris Thorne. Lasik, Samorukov, the Canadian and the Russian. It'll be Bond and Castellana. And look at this, the bottom right corner. Two guys that aren't in the road to the championship are in the road potentially to a Wally. Harvey and Janice will battle the remaining 8 cars. We are, of course, in NASCAR country. Charlotte Motor Speedway right around the corner. The NASCAR Hall of Fame in downtown Charlotte. A great place to visit for any gearhead like you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Why did we choose Safelite? We're always working on a project. While loading up our SUV, one extra push and crack. So we scheduled at Safelite.com. We were able to track our technician and knew exactly when he'd arrive. We could keep working. Safelite came to us.
Hi, I'm Kendrick.
With a replacement we could trust. That's service the way we want it.
Schedule free mobile service now at Safelite.com.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, I even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of time. He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Okay. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Products, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
Culp Lumber Company is a family-owned and operated sawmill located in New London, North Carolina. Henry Culp Sr. started with a portable mill in the 1920s, and today Culp Lumber has more than 100 employees and a business that covers trucking, wood procurement, the sawmill, dry kilns, and a world-class planer mill. Manufacturing southern yellow pine into building material is the focus of this facility that produces 125 million board feet each year. Byproducts such as mulch, wood chips, and sawdust are captured and used in the agricultural and landscaping industries. Culp Lumber Company, sawing its way into the future. Visit culplumber.com for more.
We have one goal, drag strip domination. Quicker ETs, #1 qualifiers, final round victories. We earn these things for ourselves and our racers with engine management designed to work the way people actually use it at the track. Our systems are constantly updated with new functionality and free updates because progress never stops. Always learning, always improving, always striving to make the best.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. We'll have more right after this.
This thing's in the middle of nowhere, and even if we didn't get any closer, you'd still know. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The same way you know you can keep the concert going, even after the encore. Or take the whole family anywhere in it. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
Right now, get $6,000 bonus cash allowance, or get 0% financing on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland and Summit models. Jeep, there's only one.
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise. He thinks ahead, stocks the right parts, and knows just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Trying to upgrade to a smart home? Forget the hassle of devices that don't work together easily. Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device, including doorbell cameras, temperature and lighting controls, home security features, and more, work together effortlessly. All professionally installed and controlled from a single app. Call Vivint now and take $200 off your initial order and get 0% APR financing for 60 months. Vivint's comprehensive smart home will have you sleeping easier and living smarter. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. One more reason why Vivint ranks #1 for home security with Forbes and SafeWise.com. So, upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for 60 months. Vivint, smarter security, superior customer service.
Call 800-825-4402. That's 800-825-4402.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our program.
It's been a season of consistency, a season of round wins. He's not picked up a race win yet. Certainly seems as though they're on the trail to do that at some point if he can keep up his end of the bargain here. A 200s advantage for Chris Thorne. This is a great drag race right down to the finish line. It is a 580 with a 0, winning by 8 inches, defeating the 582 at 249. The team doesn't even know who won. They finally got word. Adam Flamos, the crew chief, and the rest of the crew got notified of their victory, and they were going to move with great expediency back to the pits. We look now at the incremental times, and you can see Samorukov's car moved more than 100th of a second better in the first 60 feet, and ultimately that's going to start stretching itself out. He's 300ths better at the 8th mile and ends up 23 thousandths better with a little reaction time advantage, spice things in there. An 8-inch victory at the finish line here for Dmitry Samorukov to move into the final round. And there is one burnout for Travis Harvey. On the other side, it's Mike Castellana. Those burnouts are complete as they back up. Let's go to the top end with Amanda Busick.
Dmitry at the top end, very excited, headed to a final and very close as your team arrives. How'd you do it?
I'm happy. It's great work. The team is best. The NHRA is best. Thank you for every. Thank you. It's my first trip. Never in the finals, and now first time in ever for Russian. It's great thanks for this country and for Russia. We together now. It's in this battle. Thank you.
Samorukov trying to do something that has never happened in NHRA history. We've never had a Russian-born citizen pick up a national event victory. Mike Castellana, the Alan Abbey Performance Chevrolet Camaro, is looking to stop Travis Harvey, who has been doing a fine job as the replacement driver for Khalid Al Balooshi. You saw Castellana's car kind of hiccup there at the starting line, and Harvey just ate him up. I mean, he treated him like a doormat up there. 34 light for Harvey, a 73 light for Castellana, and then he outruns him by 600ths. So the Carolina kid will go into the final round to take on Dmitry Samorukov. And as I mentioned, just 2 weeks ago, this guy was down in Dallas, Texas, winning a grudge race for $100 grand. He has got ice water in his veins, and he has won in everything he's ever driven, but he's never won here yet, nor has Dmitry Samorukov. Number 12 and number 14 in the final round. Let's talk to Travis Harvey.
Travis Harvey found out on Wednesday of this week that he would be filling in for Khalid Al Balooshi and headed into the finals for his first pro mod race. And Travis, how dream-worthy is this weekend already?
It's just a dream come true. As a kid, I always want to run NHRA Pro Mod, and I got my chance come Wednesday, and I'm just thankful to be here. Thanks to Khalid Al Balooshi and Bahrain One team for letting me have the opportunity to be here.
If there is a more accomplished rookie in the history of this series, it's be very tough to find. Harvey is not a rookie by any stretch, except in the academic sense here in the NHRA. We'll be right back with the finals. That's where Jordan Vandergriff, one of our NHRA reporters, lives. It's kind of neat.
I'm not alone on this mountain. I've got friends, teammates, and some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
I'm Livy Dunn, All-American gymnast and Viore athlete. When you travel and train as much as I do, you find happiness where you are. On the mat or on the sand, movement and comfort are essential. That's why I live in Performance Joggers by Viore. Made from DreamKnit fabric that's made of 89% recycled materials, effortlessly soft and made to move as much as I do. My happiness starts here, in the softest joggers on the planet.
Why did we choose Safelite? We were loading our SUV when crack. Safelite came right to us, and we could see exactly when they'd arrive with the replacement we could trust.
Schedule free mobile service at safelight.com.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age.
It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire. And November 14th through 17th, it all comes down to this. The In-N-Out Burger NHRA World Finals at the In-N-Out Pomona Drag Strip. Catch the final race in the countdown to the championship when the fight for the title ends and new champions are crowned. Don't miss a weekend of nitro-packed action. Plus kids 12 and under free and general admission. Get tickets at NHRA.com for the In-N-Out Burger NHRA World Finals.
Culp Lumber Company is a family-owned and operated sawmill located in New London, North Carolina. Henry Culp Sr. started with a portable mill in the 1920s, and today Culp Lumber has more than 100 employees and a business that covers trucking, wood procurement, the sawmill, dry kilns, and a world-class planer mill. Manufacturing southern yellow pine into building material is the focus of this facility that produces 125 million board feet each year. Byproducts such as mulch, wood chips, and sawdust are captured and used in the agricultural and landscaping industries. Culp Lumber Company, sawing its way into the future. Visit culplumber.com for more. The NHRA Carolina Nationals is sponsored by LearnEV Plus. Experience an e-commerce training platform that educates technicians in the electric vehicle space. And this is the final round here of the Congruity HR Pro Modified Series. Travis Harvey in his home country of the Carolinas trying to get it done at Dmitry Samorukov, who has run in this series for a couple of years now, has been incrementally improving by leaps and bounds this year, really. It's been a slow walk and now a sprint for this team. But Travis Harvey, you saw move first. 29 to Samorukov's 82 light. And this is so fantastic and poetic. The Carolina kid has won the Carolina Nationals. 578.6, 247 miles an hour, 594.9 at 245. There were conversations among those of us that love this class early in the week, and we said, are you ever going to be able to beat Brad Personette on the wrenches and Travis Harvey at the wheel? And the answer is no, you're not. Samorukov's car dropped a cylinder on the step of the throttle. That is what slowed him down. And for Travis Harvey, he has done it, and he has done it in virtual flawless fashion. Your champion is with Amanda Busick.
In his debut, the Carolina kid Travis Harvey has won here in his home state, holding his first Wally in NHRA drag racing. And in our last interview, you said that this was a dream. Travis, how real is it now?
It's awesome. I just can't believe it. First of all, I want to thank God for blessing me and keeping me safe and all these drivers out here. But I just want to thank Bahrain 1 and Khalid Al Balooshi, Justin Bond, all the guys on the team that helped me get here, and all my fans and family at home. I just want to thank y'all for all the support. It's awesome.
For those of you that only follow NHRA program and didn't know Travis Harvey's name, you sure know it now, and you're not going to get it wrong in the future. St. Louis and Las Vegas.